My name's Lainey, and I finally finished Ruin and Rising by Leigh Bardugo, the third book in the Shadow and Bone trilogy. I started this series 2 years ago, but I didn't like the second one. It annoyed me. All the characters annoyed me. But I'm obsessed with the show and I'm obsessed with Six of Crows, so I knew I had to do it. I'm so glad I did because I loved this book. I give it 5 out of 5 stars, and I know a lot of people were really disappointed by this book, but I think it redeemed the series. I felt very meh about the series, but now I absolutely adore it just because of this book. It's definitely my favorite read of the year. The characters were so lovable in this. You really get to know them and get attached to them, to Alina, Mal, Jenya, Zoya, all of them. And the dialogue is funny, and you just really root for them in this book. And Mal really redeemed himself because he was really annoying in the second book, but I absolutely loved him in this book. I don't understand why Mal gets the hate he does. He's clearly the male lead of this narrative, and I love him and Alina and the story of how they were these two orphans who got bound by duty of their country and had to make these tough decisions and couldn't live the life they wanted to. And I love the ending. I'm so happy with the ending that our characters were given. I know it's an unpopular opinion, but I can't stand the Darkling, and I love Mal. Mal and Alina just have my heart. And the foreshadowing from the previous books really paid off. I was gasping, I was yelling. The climax of this book was the best part. The final confrontation, I could not put it down. I was so shocked and just so enticed by this book. I thought it was so good, not slow paced. Every page was entertaining, and the only thing that fell flat for me is the character Nikolai. Seemed like his story wasn't quite finished, but I'm not too upset about that because he does have a spin-off, King of Scars, and I'm just so glad I finally finished this because now this series means so much more to me than it did before. Now, I want to read King of Scars, but I'm wondering if I should reread Six of Crows now that I've read Shadow and Bone so I could get the references, because it was 2 years ago I read it. What do you guys think? If you want to hear more about my reviews, check me out on Goodreads or on my Instagram at Lainey Loves Books.